How can I distinguish between good stress and bad stress? It seems to me that I sometimes start in a good mood, but then I get more ambitious or something like that, like I forget everything else. How can I make sure I stay in the good kind of stress?
Yeah, so interesting because we come from a background in our culture where there is a huge disbalance in terms of good and negative stress. So we are so used to negative stress as some kind of norm that first of all, if we would be just thrown into a world where only the good stress would exist and the bad stress, like it would exist for a second and then we would escape the danger and then we would feel safe again, we would freak out. Like we basically would freak out. We was like, something is definitely going wrong here because there is no alarm siren in the background. There is no alarm signal in the background. So first of all, we have to detox from layers and layers of conditioning that negative stress is just part of life. And there is, I think, some damage that happens in our thinking about stress by us constantly emphasizing, oh, there's also good stress. Yes, there is also good stress, but it's like it's a mouse and an elephant. Like there is a mouse of good stress and an elephant of negative stress. And then we justify the elephant by saying, but we also need the mouse. And I'm like, yes, we also need the mouse, but can we please deal with the elephant? So it's a little bit like out of balance how we can think about stress because we are so used to negative stress and to enduring it. So first of all, make sure that you really, if you want to get to the bottom of this question, that you really feel free from this conditioning, having to kind of be like a junkie with negative stress as well. It's toxic, but still it makes us kind of addicted. Also addicted to deserving to exist. It's like, why are we negatively stressed? Because we perform at the job, we perform in our relationship or with our children or whatever. We basically try all the time to justify our existence with negative stress. So how does it feed your psyche? How does it feed your inner setup of energy? How does it feed your character or your neurosis or your trauma? And just becoming honest with oneself in this one point or issue is super, super powerful because it's very easy to say, okay, this world throws me into negative stress. And then, of course, it's also easy to say, stress doesn't exist. It's just your inner response. Yes. But I think the most powerful question when it comes to cracking the code of how to escape negative stress is becoming very honest, brutally honest with oneself around how does it serve me? Like, why am I ending up in life circumstances or in nervous system reactions that serve me? And it's not just energetically serving me in terms of, oh, then my stress level is as it has been yesterday, and then there's a weird sense of safety because everything is the same. It's not so much that. It's really negative stress is in many cases, it's like a currency in which we pay for something that we psychologically believe that we would need. And becoming clear around that, also, it makes it to some extent easier because then we can just deal with negative stress in terms of detoxing from it and fasting from negative stress, so to speak. And on the other hand, it gives us this humbleness of, okay, it will take me some years because it's not about negative stress. It's about really cleaning up my psyche. It's about really becoming healthy as somebody who deserves to exist, who deserves to be loved, to belong, etc., just out of myself and not out of my performance, not out of my achievement, not out of my demonstration to myself and to the world how hard or how tough I am. And all of these things should not be underestimated. It's a very complex surgery, so to speak, in our energetic bodies and in our energetic setup. And then what you can do in terms of releasing negative stress is every morning and every evening, 5 minutes of whole body shaking. just open your favorite Spotify playlist, music, tracks, and dance or shake for 5 minutes. Because this is what animals do after stress. They shake until all the stress is trembling through their body and then leaving the system. It's like a discharge. And if you do that, it's like every day, it's like a little bit more of relaxation, a little bit more of letting go in the nervous system. And this after time, I mean, if you do it time after time, this after a while will lead to way less stress in your system. And the less you are stressed out on a chronic level, the more you will have this inner discernment or wisdom. What is good and what is negative stress? For now, I would say it's not even a question. And if it is a question, it's not an interesting question, because the moment that you experience stress, just allow it to flow through your nervous system, because the good stress will feed your action and your precision in your navigation in the situation, and the negative stress will just be discharged through shaking. So it's in every case, it's stay physical and be prepared for this being a very rich and very effective, but also kind of long journey.
Thank you so much for being interested in global transformation. If you want to join a very special event, I have a free invitation for you. Once a month, I gather humans from all over the globe in a so-called shaking event. It's a very unique adventure where you dive into collective trauma regulation and global transformation together with humans from all over the world. So if you're curious about a physical adventure that truly goes into collective transformation, then you are welcome to join me and hundreds of other beings, and you find the link for your registration below this video.